Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei, and you are here to witness a remarkable Sunday show going into this week for in my thoughts, a big week for crypto. The ISO update XRP to $10 this week. So let's get straight into it. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This is a special event, a special time. We are doing the Sunday show now. Martyn will be going live later. And we are covering the ISO 20022 flip that could trigger massive pumps. Remember, nothing I say in this video is financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only. Please do not buy or sell based off anything I say. That would be a very unwise decision. We are here to cover some news, to entertain, and not to give any financial advice. So thank you for tuning in. Please do take that disclaimer seriously. So today, XRP is set at $2.83, making quite a good recovery right now, up 3.6%. But it's not the star of the show. If you look over here, you've got HBAR complete and utter breakout, up 24% right now. We've got Algorand up 17%. We've got XLM up 17%. I'll add IOTA to this as well, which is up, here we go, 16% as well. What do these all have in common? Well, we'll get into that very, very shortly. Let's make sure we welcome everyone into the show, and then we will get straight into the news. Let's see who we have with us right now. We've got someone who became a member. Thank you very much for becoming a member, Diane Moore. We've got Alicia here. Good afternoon, good morning, all. Enrique D, Audio Active Productions. What's up, Sensei? Thank you all for tuning in. Please do hit the like button. Let everyone know we're live. Please do share this out to the XRP community. If you do have an area where you can share it out, everyone does, but I'm sure people have communities as well. So let them know we're live at this pretty random time. We don't normally go live at this time on a Sunday, but I couldn't wait to bring you the news. And right now, Bitcoin has also made all-time highs. So that's what we're going to do, and what we're going to cover in today's show. In about 10 minutes time, we are going to go straight into the news, but I'm going to give you a little glimpse of it. We've just put out a special newsletter to our premium subscribers. If you do have the newsletter, please go into it, give it a like, give it a read through as well. There will be a lot of information out there for you to enjoy. The link for the newsletter, you get it daily. It's a daily brief every trading day, and sometimes you got it Saturday, yesterday with the EVTOLs, and today with a special edition. So it's pretty much every day you get the newsletter. Every trading day you get the 5 things to know, the charts of the day, all those special things that you get every single morning before the bell goes. And the link to that is the first link in the description. It is also pinned in the chat. A little glimpse of what's going on. ISO 20022 goes live. Significance for global finance and XRP. Everything is going to change tomorrow. Bye-bye old messaging system. From tomorrow, everything changes. ISO is a global messaging standard for financial communications created to replace patchwork of legacy formats used by banks and payment system. It provides a common data-rich language using XML and JSON that enables seamless exchange of payment information across institutions and borders. This modernization promises major improvements: richer data in payments messages, fewer errors, improved compliance, e.g. sanction screening, and end-to-end interoperability between formerly siloed networks. In short, ISO is a universal language for money transfers, allowing banks worldwide to finally speak the same language in cross-border transactions. The shift to ISO is a big deal globally. Over 70 countries already use ISO 20022 for their domestic payment systems, and this new standard is expected to support 80% of the high value transactions by 2025. We've got a lot more of this information to go to, and specifically about XRP and how that integrates into the ISO system. We've got the narrative versus the reality, putting to bed some myths and some fake news going around. We've got some more deadlines for Swift coming up. We've also got a special section on XRP's price utility and demand, why ISO upgrade positions XRP for significant growth. I'll be getting into all of that in a few minutes time. Let's make sure we hit the like button so everyone knows we're live. Let's put some music on. Everyone please smash the like button, interact with the poll. Let me give you this as well. Let me show you how to do this. I'm sure most of you know how to. Let me make sure we are open to over here. Subscribers can also comment at the moment. What you can do is once you've hit the like button, come into the comments, and this really promotes out the stream as well. Go over here, hit it with some loves. Let's get the music on. It's going to be very, very exciting. I mean, who can believe it? I can. HBAR up 25%, Algorand up 17%, XLM up 16%, IOTA up 16%, XRP also up on the day, up 3.4%, and don't forget about Bitcoin putting in new all-time highs just today. Let's pump up the music and let's get ready for the main event of the show.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Let's pump up. You know it's going to be a good week. Smash the like button. Welcome everyone into the show. It's only a Sunday and we're already getting going. It's non-stop. The pumps won't stop.
Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn.
We have just got a comment come through. Thank you, Will, for becoming a member last week. Became a bronze member, lots and perks benefits. You've just asked, just wondering how you pay for a super chat. You pay using any major card. What you do is come into the chat over here, and then you can either do a super sticker, but I recommend a super chat, so you can your comment will be read out on screen. So you can press it that way, then you choose your level, and then you can write a comment and it gets read out on the screen. So thank you, Will. I look forward to what you're going to super chat.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
We're about to get right into all the ISO news, but first I need everyone to hit the like button. No one's doing it yet. Come into the comment section and hit the like button there as well. Let's welcome everyone in and get into the news. Craig Fit says, is there a serious possibility that it jumps to $10 this week? Quick answer is yes. We've got 150 people watching and 39 likes. That's not very enthusiastic of you guys. What's going on? 39 likes. Let's get this up to at least 60. We can do that in seconds. Let's see if we can do it right now. Let's refresh. 39 likes right now. Oh, here we go.
Enrique D. Audioactivo Productions donated $4.99 through a super chat. Hey Sensei, I'd like to request the chart/project review of crypto project Mamo used. THX.
Thank you very much, Enric D. We will hopefully get onto that at the end of the show. This is a special show, but I will definitely have a look at that. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to try and recognize all the people that super chat, because I know you are supporting the show, and I want to give you some recognition. Top session. Top session super chat. I'm just going to write it up above so we can recognize your super chat. We are going to get into the news. We're waiting for everyone to join the stream, so please do share it out. Top session super chat, and that was from, oh, it's a long name, but I'm going to have to pick a part of it. I'm going to put audio active. Let me do that here. I just want to reckon once I've got it in place, it'll be much easier. Oh, audio. Let me just make sure I get the spelling right. Audio active. Yeah, just a normal spelling. And that was $5. This will get easier, obviously, because now it's set. Let me save that. This will get better as we go. We're just waiting for everyone to come into stream. Top all time. I'll make these look better as we go on, but I'm just going to put these over here right now. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Audio Active. I'm gonna improve that as time goes on. How many people do we have now? 163. I think it's time to get into all the main news for today, and we'll make it into a video as well. Let me just make sure I've read all the comments. Oh, RB is in the show. Thank you for coming in, RB. What have I missed? Let me go into your comments. We can have a look at it right now. Mamo, because I feel like we won't have time at the end. Mamo, USD. Oh, Handy Andy has become.
Handy Andy has become a member.
Thank you, Handy Andy. We only have time to do a chart request for this token. So Mamo, this is just a quick chart request before we get into the ISO token news for today. Thank you, Audio Active Productions. Hopefully, you can be recognized up there in the top of the screen. Every like equals higher pump. Come on, guys and girls. Yeah, that's right. Smash the like button and it will go higher. Let's do a quick review for Mamo. It only came out a short while ago, so there's not too much data to go off at all. Obviously, there's not much to go off at all. I'm going to be completely honest. Let me go into the 15 type. Nope. All I can say about this token, again, when I do chart requests, it's not financial advice. It's just my thoughts on the chart. All I can say about this specific token is obviously it's looking better than most that IPO, because it's gone up. It's had its correction, had its IPO pump or whatever, the ICO pump, and then it's come down as a correction, which is good, but it didn't continue going down. What it's done is found support, made higher lows, and now it's at all-time highs. Would I be buying it here myself personally? Probably not. I would be looking at levels like the 1618 as possible resistance. Right now it's finding resistance at this level here, which is obviously also resistance because you're not taking it from the wick. I'm just going to do this request very quickly because this isn't a normal show and I wasn't planning to do any requests, but I will do it because you did a super chat, which I really do appreciate. It's just not the main topic of the show. But there is also not too much I can tell you. The Fibonacci is what I'll be looking at. You can take it from the wick. You can then have some resistance levels. I do think if everything else does well, I'm not sure about the fundamentals of this token, but crypto will pump. I would ladder out of a token like this, 17 cents, 26 cents, 35 cents. I'm sure everyone will take profits before it hits $1, maybe 99, 98 cents, 90 cents, in that range if it really gets going. But it does look pretty strong. Why? Well, because it has all of these higher low structures. What do I mean by that? Well, it just shows that everyone is accumulating this token. You can see higher low after higher low after higher low, which is good. And what you also have is a higher high. There is no bearish divergence. Really, not particularly, because we don't have enough data to say that at all. But be very careful. What's the market cap? 33 million. So it's going to be very volatile, and technical analysis isn't going to be a major part of buying this token. It would be looking at the fundamentals, and a fundamental review can take hours. So we can't do that right now. But thank you for your super chat. Okay, is everyone in the show? Are we ready? Are we ready for the ISO news? Because that is the big story of today. HBAR up 24% today, Algorand up 16% today, XLM up 15%, IOTA up 15%, XRP up 3%, and Bitcoin made all-time highs today. So what I'm going to do is make a video now about the ISO and go and do a deep dive on what's going on. And then Martyn is going to follow us in 37 minutes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Let me just have a final look at the comments. If you haven't shared this out, please do share it out, because we want to share this news with everyone. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please do hit the like button. So, Handy Andy, thank you very much for becoming a member. What catalyst can potentially push XRP to jump to $10? The ISO news, the sentiment change. Bitcoin are going to 130,000, 150,000, because when Bitcoin moves, it moves fast, and then XRP, when it moves even faster. And potentially ETF news as well, and the end of the SEC case. You get maybe 4 out of 5 of those things, then $10 is really in play. I'm for South Africa. I am not political neutral. We are all try to be neutral here. Smash that like button. Hi Brian. But every time XRP rallied, Trump pulled the handbrake. Tomorrow he can double down on tariffs and hoard. Yeah, that is true. Of course, that's true. Some events can do that. But remember, the bad tariff news came out last week. Stock market came down. Crypto didn't even blink, really. Sensei, will you still be here once you're rich? Brian, I'm never gonna not be here. Thanks, Sensei. No worries. Thank you for appreciating it, the review. Okay, so 192 people here now. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get going. Let's one final time. The music's going on. You guys are going to hit the like button, and then we're going to give you all the ISO news. I'm going to put it on for under a minute. We need everyone in the show. Hi, Sensei. You in your private evtol again, looking very blue. Yes, well, it's because it's the time of day where the sunlight comes through, so I have to put something up behind me and do this. But during the normal streams I do, it's not an issue. I hope it looks fine. ChatGPT and Grok says the chance of XRP reaching $10 is extremely low to ISO. Is messaging standard, but not a crypto adoption event. But would be great. Yeah, no, I'll give you the information now. Don't worry, Stu. Hi all, Sensei and Vaz. You must have seen Vaz's. Maybe sure you changed your background. No, RB, it's just because it's the time of day. My background will go back to normal when I do my morning forecast show, because the sun's not behind me, and when I do my normal Sunday show, because the sun's not really anywhere here. It's just during certain times of the day, sun comes. You've probably seen it, the lens flare, and it doesn't look good. So I'll put something up, put the green screen on, so we can you can still see me clearly, and I think you can see me clearly. So music's going on. 3 things you need to do. 1 is I'm going to give you my X link. You're going to go and follow me there. Number 2 is you're going to hit the like button. Not only the normal like button, once you've hit the like button, you come over here and hit this like button. And then we're going to get straight into the ISO news in about 1 minute's time. If you do all of those things, then I get into the news. If not, then maybe we don't. We'll see. I think we will. either way, but I appreciate it if you do. So I'm going to give you my X link right now. Go and follow me there. There'll be more news coming out throughout the night. And you will always follow the latest updates I always post on X now as well. So let's get the music on and let's get ready for the ISO news.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded.
Go, go, go. Follow me on X. 132 followers right now. Once you've followed me on X, let me know in the chat. Let's see if you can get to 1,150. Then smash the like button on the show and then go into the comments and leave me your thoughts. Vote on the poll and hit the like button in the comments.
Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn.
110 likes and we start with the news. We're on 93. 110 likes, let's do it. Or 1,150 followers. Whichever one comes first, we'll start the main news.
Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention.
We got a follow on X. Let me know in the chat who that was.
Ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire.
9 more likes on YouTube. Let's do it.
In a flash, you spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
5 more likes on YouTube. If you haven't followed my X yet, the link is in the chat.
You show you're a phoenix.
Three more likes on YouTube. 1 more follow on X. Let's do it.
Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
You guys did it, so let's get straight into news. If you followed me on X, you hit the like button. What more can I ask for? Nothing more. So let's get into the news. I'm going to do it as a video, so people that weren't live now, I'll put it out as a normal Sunday show time as well. There won't be an evening show from me, but Martyn will be going live after this show as well. So you get extra perks this Sunday, not just one single Sunday show. So let's get into it. Let me get everything lined up. Here we go. And let's get into the news. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. What I'm actually going to do is take these off while we do a video. Sorry, let me just take these off. These will be for the live show, so let me put that there. Here we go. I might always keep the top all time. I think we should keep that one. There we Let me wait for that to go, and then we'll get into the main news of the show. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei, and I'm going to be telling you about the ISO update going live now. We've got our very own newsletter covering all the news for this ISO upgrade and how it impacts XRP alongside some of the ISO compliant tokens and systems. You can see today, again on Sunday, at the time of filming this, HBAR is up 24%. I mean, remember when we were doing a video on this at about 12 cents a couple weeks ago? Now at 24 cents, already doubled from those points. So congratulations to those who are invested in HBAR today. Algorand up 17% today. Why is that up 17%? Why is XLM up another 16%? Why is IOTA up 15%? Why is XRP coming up to $3 again? And why is Bitcoin breaking out but nowhere near as high as gains as the rest? Well, in my opinion, it's all to do with ISO. Before I get any further into the show, and please or video, please do make sure you don't take this as financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only. Please do not buy or sell based on anything I say. This is for entertainment purposes only. So, ISO is happening. Are you ready? 7 days, $10. Is it possible? Well, I'll tell you all of that coming up in this video. But remember, you need to know the real news before you start making predictions. And I'm going to give you the real news. The real news is always a bit more boring than what you see on X or what other people might be saying. But you need to know what the real news is, so you don't look like an idiot when you talk to your friends about XRP. So you know exactly what you're investing in, and so that you know what the real news is, and you don't get it muddled up with the fake news that's out there. So you might find this a bit boring, but we'll get into the charts, we'll get into my predictions, but this is the real news. Of today's edition of the Sensei's Insights. Remember, Sensei's Insights is a newsletter that goes out every trading day. Plus, we had one yesterday on a Saturday go out about EVTOLs, and today you got a special edition. So basically every day. On the trading days, it's before the opening bell, 5 main stories, the deep dives, the charts of the day, everything you need to know if you're an investor. Remember, if you're an investor, you always need the real news, and you might as well get it from the newsletter here because it is better. And it's all in one place, and it's exactly tailored for the Ripple XRP investors, for the crypto investors, for the stock market investors, not just some random audience. Let me tell you what ISO is. First of all, ISO 20022 is a global messaging standard for financial communications created to replace the patchwork of legacy formats used by banks and payment systems. It provides a common data-rich language using XML/JSON that enables seamless exchange of payment information across institutions and borders. It's revolutionizing the payment system, the communication system for banks and payment systems, and it's going live at the time of watching, potentially today. It's a Sunday now, so it'll be tomorrow. The next day that the banks and Fed is trading, it will be live and will be on ISO. So this is a modernization. This modernization promotes major improvements, richer data and payment messages, fewer errors, improved compliance, and end-to-end interoperability between formerly siloed networks. In short, ISO 20022 is a language, a universal language for money transfers, allowing banks worldwide to finally speak the same language. The shift to ISO 20022 is a big deal globally. Over 70 countries already use ISO 20022 for their domestic payment systems, and the new standard is expected to support 80% of high-value transactions by 2025. You know where we're going with this. The Society for World Interbank Financial Telecommunication, SWIFT, which underpins international bank transfers, introduced ISO 20022 for cross-border payments in March of 2023 and set a transition period until November of 2025. After that, all banks on SWIFT must use ISO 20022 exclusively. It's coming everywhere. This is going to be the global language, and It gives you a little bit of an insight why HBAR is up 24%, why Algorand's up 17%, why XLM is up 16%, why IOTA is up 15%. Well, I'll tell you exactly why. So this means that the clock is ticking for any stragglers, and virtually every major bank is now upgrading. The payments dive industry news puts it plainly. The US Federal Reserve adoption of ISO 20022 will reverberate around the world as trillions in daily payments migrate to the new standard. The reason is that the US dollar rivals, Fedwire, chips, etc., are finally joining the modern language already used by many counterparts abroad. So that gives you an idea of what ISO actually is. It's not something related purely to XRP. It's not something that says XRP is the only payment system. That is what it is. It is a communication language that is updating the whole banking payment system, and that's going to be rolled out across the world. And Swift is going to be a part of it. But what we've got going on is it's starting tomorrow with the Fed systems. Why the ISO 20022 upgrade matters now. After years of planning and delays, a major milestone is happening tomorrow at the time of recording this video, which is Monday. The US Federal Reserve's Fedwire Fund Service is officially switching its high-value payment system to ISO 20022 on July the 14th. This, and they call it this, Big Bang conversion by Fed, originally scheduled for March the 10th, 2025, but rescheduled to July the 14th, mandates that all Fed wire transfers use the ISO 20022 format going forward. Fedwire processes approximately 4.5 trillion in payments, not per year, not per month, not per week, per day, largely USD settling internationally, and so it goes live. It's a significant inflection point. Remember that number: 4.5 trillion per day, International payments, 4.5 trillion. Fedwire. That's important. Importantly, the Fed's move comes as Swift Network's 2025 deadline looms. We've got a whole another amount of money coming on, way bigger than this, in 2025 when Swift comes over to the system as well. Later in November. We are now in the final stretch of ISO 20022 migration. The coexistence period ends on November 22nd, 2025. The urgency is why now is such focus. Banks haven't even transitioned and rushing to do so, and technology providers have been working overtime to ensure readiness. In practical terms, the July 14th go live is not expected to cause big disruptions because they've been testing it for years, but it opens a new chapter. From Monday onwards, US wires will carry richer structure data, and banks will benefit from faster straight-through processing and better fraud security screening. If you are still with me, that means you do really want the real information. You haven't clicked off, you haven't thought this is boring, you haven't heard me say XRP is going to $10, $100, $1,000, you haven't heard me saying all the money's going on to XRP, and you're still here. That means you want the real information, and I really do appreciate that, and that means you definitely should be hitting the like button. You definitely should be subscribing, because we're going to get on to more of that content in a few minutes time. I have noticed that about 90% of you guys watching the videos, not our live viewers, everyone watching live is normally a member and a subscriber, but most people watching the videos are not members or subscribers. It takes a second to press the subscribe button. We are currently on 90% of you guys watching on videos are not subscribed. Which I think is pretty ridiculous, considering it's something that you can do for free. We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, well, I say by the end of the year. We are on the final stretch to 90,000. It would be great to get to 90,000 subscribers. Why? Because that's the countdown to 100,000 subscribers. So please do consider subscribing. And if you hit the like button and share this video out, we are more likely to hit the target. So let me get back to our newsletter. Remember, this is the newsletter we create ourselves. The link is the first in description. So cryptocurrencies aligned with ISO 20022. Who is benefiting from this? A few suggestions here. Several crypto projects have been positioning themselves as ISO 20022 compliant or compatible, meaning their protocols Remember this is important. Their protocols or organizations can integrate with the new banking standard for messaging. According to industry analysts, 8 cryptocurrencies are commonly cited as aligning with ISO 20022 messaging standards. Number 1, no surprise, XRP. Number 2, XLM, XDC, Algorand, HBAR, Quant, IOTA, Cardano, ADA. Many of these projects focus on interoperability and efficient payments, making them natural fits for a standardized financial messaging, and that's why you're seeing something like IOTA up 15%, XLM up 16% today. I mean, XLM in the last week is basically up doubled. You doubled your money on XLM. Congratulations. Remember, we do cover all the price action every single day. We do cover the charts, and we were looking at this, and I was buying this live at 23 cents a couple weeks ago, live on the show. So that's another reason to subscribe, because you see all of my trades live as we do them. But that's not me giving you financial advice. That's just me being open and transparent and sharing my journey with you. HBAR, we said the breakout. Remember, 12 cents is when we were looking at this at support. 2 opportunities. Now it's at 24. Another double. Algorand, we haven't been looking. I'm going to be honest. No need to not be honest. We haven't been looking at this as much because we haven't been requested it, and I don't actually hold it, even though I think it's great. It did have a double bottom. If we did look at it, we would have seen that at 15 cents, but we didn't. And the big boy itself, XRP, well, we've been looking at this since 30 cents. We've been looking at every time we traded this, taking profits at $3.37, not because I wanted to sell my XRP, because I saw a 50% correction coming. I had to give you my real thoughts. I was still bullish. I didn't sell all my tokens. I sold my leverage positions, plus I took some initial profits. And then we got the 50% correction that everyone told me wouldn't happen. It happened. I bought more. We traded every single time $2, and we got a final dip below $2 the other day. And now it's at $2.82. I do see XRP's price going to all-time highs and beyond. I do already have my take profit strategy where I'll be starting to take profits between at $5 all the way until $11 to $33 possibly this cycle. Then I'll be accumulating in the bear market, looking towards $50 to $100 next cycle. So that gives you an idea. Remember, I'm always prepared for all scenarios, whether it pumps, dumps, whether it goes down to 50 cents next week, I'll just buy more. Whether if it goes up to $10, I know what I'm doing. If it goes up to $33, I know what I'm doing. If it goes sideways for 4 years, I know what I'm doing, just to give you an insight into that. So I'm not going to go into each and every one of these, but I'm just going to talk to you about a couple. Some of the top leading networks. So obviously Ripple with XRP, a digital asset and payment protocol aimed at real-time global settlements. RippleNet, this is the part that's basically ISO compliant, not the token itself, it's the network. So RippleNet, the network of financial institutions using Ripple's technology, has been aligned with ISO 2022 from the start. Not unlike other tokens, this is an integral part of Ripple, and you'll have to wonder why they've been integrated from the start. Well, they obviously know they're going to be a part of this. And Ripple Labs became the first distributed ledger technology company to join the ISO 20022 standards body in May of 2020. That's 5 years ago. They've been preparing for this. XRP serves as a bridge currency to facilitate instant value transfers. You can see XLM there. You can see XDC here. You can read all of this in the newsletter. But specifically about XRP and the ISO 200 ecosystem, remember we are coming on to the XRP's price, utility, and demand, why ISO 2002 upgrade positions XRP for significant growth later, but we need to go a little bit more into this so you fully understand what is happening tomorrow. So XRP and the XRP ledger hold a unique position in this new ISO 20022 driven financial landscape. Ripple became the first blockchain focused member of the ISO 20022 standard body in May of 2020. You can read into that a little bit. You can understand that it's actually not just something that's a fact. It's something that's important, that there were, and it means something, I think, that it was the first blockchain focused member of the ISO 2022 standards body. It shows that this is what they want. It shows that they're prepared for this. Just like what we saw with what happened in the Senate, what happened where they went. Brad Garlinghouse was there last week, advocating for the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, the Anti-CBDC Act, all those things that are maybe the anti-CBDC Act doesn't benefit them that much, but the other two certainly outweigh the cons of the other act for Ripple themselves. But it shows that they've always been pro-regulation, not regulation by enforcement like what happened to them with the SEC, but actually understanding the rules and the laws. They've always abided by the laws. They've always built everything around the laws. And unlike other cryptocurrencies, once those laws come into place, they are so ready for it that they will thrive, unlike others that will have to start catching up. They will thrive in that industry because they know exactly what their boundaries are, they know exactly what to do, and they've prepared for that. Just like tomorrow when this goes live, and throughout the year when Swift goes onto protocol, they've been preparing for this for 5 years. They were the first group, the first blockchain-focused member of the ISO standard body. So you can read into this and say that this is what they've been preparing for. So that means a lot to me. You can draw from that what you will. This gave Ripple a seat at the table alongside central bankers and payment giants, allowing it to contribute expertise onto how to incorporate digital assets into the messaging framework. They were sat next to and they were commenting on this when the massive big bank, I mean, every bank has to be on board with this. So they had a seat at the table next to all global banks. Some deals were happening behind the scenes. They know what to do. They had their part to play. They were very much hands-on with this whole upgrade. So in practical terms, RippleNet and on-demand liquidity, Ripple's flagship product for moving money across borders, were built to be ISO 20022 compliant from the ground up. Banks or payment providers using RippleNet can connect via unified API that speaks the ISO language, making integrated into their core systems much easier. This means that as banks upgrade their messaging infrastructure, plugging into Ripple's network, and by extension using XRP for settlement, can be relatively seamless. Let me read that again. This means that as banks upgrade their messaging infrastructure once they go ISO, which they're doing this year, deadlines are coming. We've just seen Fedwire do it tomorrow. They can plug into Ripple's network seamlessly. I mean, they're going to be on the same exact system. That makes it very, very easy for them to use XRP as a settlement tool. Very, very easy, much easier than before. They have to be able to use it as a product. I'm just going to remove that, but I'm going to go back to those shortly as well. Let me just turn that off for now. Thank you, Will. I will come on to that. We are in the making of a video at the moment. So, however, this is also crucial to understand because a lot of misconceptions here. It is crucial to understand that XRP itself, the token itself, XRP, is not ISO compliant in the literal sense. The ISO compliance is a data formatted standard. It doesn't natively include or endorse any cryptocurrency or otherwise. Ripple's CTO David Schwartz has clarified this point. XRP has nothing to do with ISO. He said, explaining that ISO is about payments messages, whereas XRP is a digital asset. What matters is Ripple, the company, made XRP compatible with the new standard and positioned it as a tool within the ecosystem. So be clear. Yes, we can go around and say XRP is ISO compliant. That's fine to say, but understand what we actually mean by that. The system behind it is ISO compliant, and XRP is the asset that can be used on that system. The technology behind it, the system behind it, the on-demand liquidity, the RippleNet, and the RippleNet is ISO compliant. The messaging standard is ISO compliant, but XRP as a digital asset itself is just the asset. That's not ISO compliant. Just so you know what we actually mean when we say XRP is ISO compliant. So I'm going to get onto some. I'm going to skip through some of this and go talk a little about Swift, and then also a bit more about XRP. Remember, Martyn is also going to go live and about this as well, so do look out for that. He's going to be talking more about this as well. So Swift migration progress and deadlines. Remember, Swift, the global payments provider, is also going to go in ISO by the end of this year. November is its deadline, I think. In fact, I'm pretty sure of. The global transition to ISO is progressing, but adoption rates remain below expectations. As of February 2025, only 35% of cross-border payments messages were being sent using ISO. By May 2025, this has increased to 41%. Meanwhile, as of December of 2024, only 32% of institutions had adopted ISO 20022. Some of you might say that's a really bad thing. No one's adopting it. I say it's a really good thing. Most of it hasn't even come on board yet. So wait for the big bang, which is tomorrow, which brings a lot more on. And then wait until November when Swift bring it on board as well. Remember, October, November, September coincides with the deadlines for the ETFs as well. So we could have a secondary push up for XRP's price around that time as well. We'll have to see how the price action plays out. So the November 22nd deadline remains firm when Swift will cease processing MT messages for cross-border payments after the state institutions not ready for ISO 20022 will face negative acknowledgements or additional costs due to contingency processing measures. Swift will offer limited conversation services for critical low-volume MT messages, but these will incur charges and are intended as temporary solutions. So they have to, otherwise they're going to be fine, basically. And remember, it's the same situation. When Swift goes ISO, some people say XRP and Ripple are going to overtake Swift. Well, the other scenario is the transactions start happening using RippleNet and XRP. So when Swift goes compliant with ISO in November, they're going to stick to that deadline, in my opinion. They've made that quite clear. Then again, XRP and the XRP RippleNet and on-demand liquidity will be on the same messaging service, so they can start using XRP for those payments as well. So everything is going to have one system, and that's going to benefit XRP a lot. So looking beyond the hype, what to monitor: institutional adoption, volume growth on-demand liquidity, regulatory clarity, and competing solutions. So let me just get onto this as well. XRP's price, utility, and demand. Why the ISO 20022 upgrade positions XRP for significant growth. The Utility Foundation real world payment volume. So now we're talking specifically about XRP as well. So XRP's investment thesis extends far beyond speculative trading. We are just the little boys trading XRP. This is not what it's intended for. It's not an investment into Ripple. It's not a security. We're not buying a share of anything. We're buying tokens, and that's not what XRP is built for. It's not built for the retail investor to buy. Of course, the retail investor can buy it, which is the beauty of decentralization, but that's not what XRP was built for. XRP is built on measurable growing utility in the global payments ecosystem. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently projected that XRP could capture 14% of Swift's cross-border payment volume within 5 years. We saw him say that. I don't know if he wanted to say that. He seemed a little bit drunk when he said that, but he let it out anyway. A few weeks ago, we covered it in the newsletter. We played you the video. He said, in his own words, that if he had to guess, he said that in 5 years, XRP could capture 14% of Swift's cross-border payment volume, which is a heck of a lot, and that would push XRP's price into possibly triple digits. So that is something to always keep in the back of your mind. Given that Swift facilitates messaging for trillions in daily cross-border flows, that represents a potential market share worth hundreds of billions in transaction volume. This number supports the ambitious target. On-demand liquidity volumes have surged 1,700% since 2021, and obviously the price of XRP is lacking that sort of growth since 2021, so it might catch up. So now processing nearly 1 billion annually. This isn't theoretical adoption, it's live transaction volume flowing through XRP powered corridors. In the South Asia alone, Ripple's partnership with companies like Tranglo demonstrate real institutional demand for XRP liquidity bridging capabilities, and there will be a lot more demand, in my opinion, once ISO gets rolled around, because everyone will see XRP as not something and the technology that Ripple provides not as something that's on a different messaging service, not something that's hard to integrate, but something that seamlessly can be integrated with their systems and save them lots of money. So it seems like a no-brainer. Technical advantages, creating sustainable demand. So these are obviously why XRP is what my favorite currency. XRP's technical architecture delivers compelling advantages that create organic demand from financial institutions. Settlement speed. XRP's transactions settle in 3 to 5 seconds compared to 1 to 5 days for Swift transfers. I mean, that is a ridiculous comparison, isn't it? I mean, what would you prefer as a bank? What would make your services better, 1 to 5 days or 3 to 5 seconds? Cost efficiency. Transaction fees are average 0.0002 per transfer. That's nothing. That's not even pennies. That's you'd have to have 1,000 transactions for it to actually even cost anything. Dramatically lower than traditional correspondent banking costs. The XRP ledger can process 1,500 transactions per second, providing the infrastructure capacity needed for institutional scale adoption. The bridge currency premium as well. XRP's role in a bridge currency creates a structural demand dynamic that differs from other cryptocurrencies. When financial institutions use Ripple's on-demand liquidity service, they must hold XRP to facilitate currency exchanges. This creates what economists call liquidity demand. Institutions need XRP inventory to operate efficiently. That's what creates a major demand for XRP itself. That's the role as a bridge currency. Let me read that again. XRP's role as a bridge currency creates a structural demand dynamic that differs from other cryptocurrencies. This is the sort of the USP of XRP. So when financial institutions are using Ripple's product, the on-demand liquidity service, these institutions have to hold XRP so that they can facilitate these currency exchanges. And that's what creates, that's the liquidity they need, and that's what is going to, in my opinion, cause that shock in the price shock, because the liquidity is needed. The mechanics are straightforward. A bank sending 1 million from USD to Mexican pesos converts USD to XRP, transfers the XRP across the ledger, then converts it to pesos at the destination. This process requires XRP liquidity pools, creates sustained demand, and that's tied to transaction volume rather than speculation. Very, very, very simple. You've got your USD, you want your Mexican pesos, well, you're not going to send USD to USD, convert it, that's all going to be slow and take days or a day. What you're going to do is take your USD, convert it into XRP, 3 to 5 seconds later, you've got XRP being converted into pesos, and that all happens within basically 10 seconds, 5 seconds. So you need that XRP there as liquidity so you can transfer these volumes of money. As more payment corridors adopt on-demand liquidity, the liquidity demand compounds. Japan's banking sector, where SBI Holding reports that all major banks will adopt XRP-based solutions, represents 6.3 trillion market, potentially creating substantial XRP demand. That is just, I mean, there's all this good news in the background. That's just, again, a lot of money going to be running on XRP, or XRP is going to be needed. Institutional adoption moment. I'm sorry, not moment. Momentum. The institutional adoption narrative is, and if you're still watching the video, I do greatly appreciate that you're sticking with us until the end. So please make sure you do hit the like button. Please do make sure you subscribe. Leave me your thoughts down below. We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but more importantly, let's see if we can hit 90,000 subscribers today. Most of you, as I showed you earlier, are not subscribed. About 90% of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed. So just take a second. It's free. You press the subscribe button. If you are enjoying the newsletter, you get news every single day. Mainly, it is the 5 main things to know, the charts of the day, all that sort of stuff every single morning. And the link to that is the first link in the description. It's also in the live chat if you're watching us live. Let me put it in there for you now. Please do also follow me on X. I do give a lot of these insights on X as well. I'll give you the link. It will be in the comment section, in the description, and also in the live chat. I will get onto the $10 XRP as well within a week and what I expect for that. So institutional adoption momentum. Whale accumulation. We've got whales buying XRP like never before. We've got corporate treasury adoption. I mean, this is one of the biggest things that everyone is overlooking, and something I've been covering. There are companies now on the Nasdaq exchange that are looking and are in the process of building treasuries. So MicroStrategy's strategy of accumulating Bitcoin as a reserve and as a strategic reserve. For Bitcoin, well, companies are now doing that for XRP because XRP actually has utility and they are bullish on the price of XRP. So companies like Vivo Power International and Weebus have announced XRP treasury allocations representing 421 million in corporate adoption. So we've already covered that, and you can see it in our past newsletters. But that is becoming a real strategy as well. Companies buying XRP to benefit from the price rises and also to use their technology in payments. So it's a big double whammy. And also ETFs. There's multiple ETFs coming out, more this week. Nothing spot yet in the US. We've seen it in Brazil, we've seen it in Canada, we've seen it around the world. We've seen leverage ETFs in the US, more coming out this week, which is obviously bullish, but the spot ETF could be coming out as early as next week, which will play into the $10 XRP, but as late as September, October, when the final deadlines come around. So we'll talk about that as well. We don't need to talk about that. The RLUSD multiplier effect. Everyone said RLUSD puts an end to XRP, but they're so wrong. They don't understand it. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin adds another demand layer for XRP. It adds demand for XRP. RLUSD has surpassed 500 million in market capitalization, ranking among the top 8 stablecoins globally. Since RLUSD operates on the XRP ledger and uses XRP for transaction fees, growing stablecoin adoption directly translates into XRP demand. Remember, they're not replacing RLUSD with XRP. They were minting a lot of USDC. They were using USDC a lot, and they thought, why do we keep minting USD? We're responsible for lots of percent of the USDC in being minted. Why don't we just do this ourselves? And that's what RLUSD is, and it operates on the XRP ledger. We've also recently heard the partnership news of BNY Mellon as RLUSD custodian provides institutional validation and operates infrastructure for enterprise adoption. We've got competitive positioning. XRP's competitive advantages become more pronounced as the ISO 2002 transition progresses. I'm going to leave some of this for Martyn because I know he wants to cover this and I don't want to give you a whole lot of information at once. But my only other thing I'd say is there is targets for $10 to $20. There is targets for $50 to $100. My reasoning of $10 in 7 days, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think that is the most likely scenario. I don't. But if you're not prepared for that scenario, you're not doing well. If you don't know how to access your XRP and sell it, if you do at those levels, then you're not prepared. If you don't think XRP can go to $10 in a week, then you are categorically wrong. We've seen XRP go from prices of 50 cents to $3 in a matter of weeks. We've seen XRP's 2017 explosion where it went up basically 1,400% in a matter of under a month. When XRP moves, it moves fast. And obviously, I'm not stupid. I know that it's going to take a lot more money to move XRP from these levels to $10. But the experience of XRP is when it moves fast. When the FOMO comes in, it comes and goes very fast. If we get an ETF announcement, if we get the end of the SEC case, if we get obviously ISO's happening, if we get the ISO FOMO, if we get Bitcoin go to 150,000, and that's very possible as well. When you look at Bitcoin, when it moves fast. When it breaks through all-time highs, like it previously has, breaking through all-time highs, it goes on a massive run as well. Last time it did about 46% when it broke through all-time highs. This time when it broke through all-time highs, that can push it over 150,000. So if we get that same thing happen with Bitcoin going to 150,000, and plus a few more of those events that I've just mentioned, ETFs, for example, then $10 in 7 days is very possible. So always be prepared for that scenario. It doesn't even need all of those. It can just have massive FOMO events as well. So be prepared for that. I mean, what we've been seeing with XLM, Algo, and XLM Algo HBAR IOTA is it's a snippet of what XRP can also do when it gets moving. So I hope you appreciated this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave that there'll be 2 videos up here. Make sure you look at the description because the newsletter, my X, and all those sorts of things will be down below. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. So that will be a video that's coming out later. Let me see what everyone's in the chat saying. We do have a poll running in the chat right now. Let me see if I can find it. It should be over here. I can't see it. I'll find it over here. Let me refresh this. How many likes are we on? Has everyone hit the like button? What's everyone's thought on $10 in 7 days? Or what's your thoughts on ISO as well? Let me refresh that. I do have the poll results here, but I want to share them on the screen. Should put an end to the poll and bring them on the screen. Let me put an end to the poll so we can get the results. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. We're on 189 likes with about 400 people watching, so please do hit the like button while you watch this stream. I'm also going to give you one more link. Everyone who's watching live right now, let's see if we can get to 1,150 followers, another 23 followers. If you haven't followed me on X yet, please do. The link is now in the chat. Go, 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 go. Let's see if we can get to 1,150 followers, another 23 followers. Let's see if you guys can do it in the chat. Please also hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, because why? Because we're looking at this. 89,660. Let's see if we can get to 90,000 subscribers today. So please do hit the subscribe button. Let me see all your comments and the results of the poll. Where XRP hit $10 this week? Yes, 53%. No, 46%. Pretty even there. I would be more inclined to say no, but I don't doubt that it can happen. We could get to maybe $5 pretty easily this week, and then $10 is just one more double away, really, isn't it? And when things get moving, it can. I mean, if we get all those bits of news come out this week, then I have no doubt we can hit $10. So let's see. Remember, it's all about the previous price action. Right now, we're in a very bullish situation where everything's pumping, Bitcoin's at all-time highs, and I've always said if the good news comes out when the sentiment is good, when everything's at all-time highs, and when everything's moving, then that will compound and the FOMO will really come in. Because if you look at Google Trends right now and you look at a search term like XRP, it's not at all-time highs. So retail aren't really even getting involved yet. So there we go. Let me go through some of your comments. Remember, we've got the best mugs out there and we pay to have the XRP logo. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Last week we had a very special edition added to the shop, and there's only a limit of maximum. There's only going to be 10 made, and it's Senator. XRP is not a security, with the XRP logo there to remember the day that everything changed and XRP became a grown-up going to Washington. There is the mug. It's a very large mug as well. There is the smaller version as well. There's a smaller, if you go into the XRP merch section, you can see the smaller XRP mug as well over here, which is slightly cheaper as well, which is the normal size, the normal smaller size mug there as well. What you can do is the best offer we've ever had on the shop, a 25% offer on not just the mug, but the t-shirt. So if you buy the mug and the t-shirt, both of them are 25% off, and you can add that offer right now. And there's only 5 of these mugs now left. There's only 10 made, only 5 left. So let me give you the link to this. You get the XRP t-shirt in whatever color, whatever size you want, plus the mug in whatever size you want as well. And you can go grab that on the shop right now. Let me just send a message here. Okay, that's fine. So, okay, you've got that link as well for the mug. Martyn is live on the hour, so we're going to end the stream in about 10-15 minutes time so that we can go over to Martyn's stream, who's going to be live on the hour. Thank you, Martyn, for keeping us updated. Martyn is going to continue the party, continue the news. He has more information from the banks as well with ISO. And he's going to be covering the Bank of America earnings, and he's already got some insights into that. So let me actually put this back on the screen. Don't want to forget that. ISO warning, Bank of America. Thank you very much, Martyn. We're going to look forward to that. We're all going to join you there. It will be on the same channel. Prince Andrew and Epstein mug. No, I'm not going to do that. Subbed on X. Oh, you've done it. Let me know if you've done it. Let me go. Let me refresh this. Have we hit have we hit the target? Let me refresh. Oh, 11 more. 11 more people. I'm sure we can do it in the live live show right now. Here you go. There's the link. Click on it. 89,661 subscribers. Can we hit 90,000 today? Can we hit it? Let me go through some of your comments. I will unapologetically say we are not going to get hit $10 this week. TJ, I don't think so either, but you need to be prepared for it. Maybe $3, $4. Thank you, Diane. Get out if you can. It might get to $4. Thanks, Brother Sensei. Thank you, Saab. Saab knows all about the banana zone, don't you, Saab? You know what I'm talking about. How do I become a member? Well, here is the membership link. It normally says it next to the subscribe button. It says join. On an iOS device, sometimes you have to go into a browser and then go into desktop version, and then you can become a member. I'll give you a guarantee that XRP will not hit $10. We did get a super chat come through during the show today. Here it was. Will, if you do want to do a super chat, it gets read out on the screen. Unfortunately, I couldn't read it out during that time because we're making a video, but I'll put the alerts back on now. So if you do a super chat, it will read out. Will, oh, he managed to do a super chat. It'll be nice. It'll be ace to have a stock review on Lululemon. This is an undervalued growth stock. Would be great to see if goods. Okay, Will. We will do that, but we will do it in tomorrow's show. Because we won't. Let me see. Lululemon. We can do it now. I mean, you're asking for a chart analysis. Let's see if we can do it now. Lululemon, right? On the Nasdaq. Thank you so much for your super chat. You actually become the highest super chatter ever on the show because, well, not ever, but since we made the list. So let me do that here. Top all-time super chat, and let me change that. Thank you, Matthias, for the last one, but this one's now pounds. So pounds trump. Pounds are always stronger than dollars. So £20 goes to Will. Thank you, Will, and that's the highest super chat of the day as well. So there we go. Top all-time super chat. Will, you've now got the spot. It would be ace to have a stock review of Lululemon. This is undervalued growth stock. Would be good to see if it's good swing trade. Yeah, I guess you're asking for a technical chart analysis. We'll do that now, Will. Thank you very much for supporting the show. We'll do this as well right now. Let me get this ready, and then we'll go into the price action as well for XLM, HBAR, XRP in a second. Lululemon. Here we go. If you also want a chart analysis of your favorite crypto, you can do a super chat, or if you want something read out, you can also do a super chat, and it will be read out, and then we can go over to your tokens as well. For example, if you wanted the XRP chart right now, you could do a super chart, and we'll move on to the XRP chart straight after this. Lululemon, it's interesting you brought it up. Very interesting you brought it up because we do actually have just a one trend line on the chart right now, showing you the lower lows. So right now for me, Lululemon is actually not in the most bullish place. Why? Because just as more of a long-term view. Why? Because you've got this double top, and then you've got these lower high structures, and then you also have lower lows. So in theory, you are in a sort of a bear market downtrend for Lululemon long term. But however, you are on right now. Having said that, you are on the lower range of the trend. So if you're looking at the trend, you can see a clear trend line on the lower end. So there is certainly a swing trading opportunity. Remember, I'm not giving you advice. I only give you my thoughts and opinions. But when I look at the chart, I do see a potential bounce from these levels. Something like this. We've always, if I just go like that, you can see we've bounced from this trend line a few times, and that's what we're looking at right now. Last time we looked at the stock, it was quite a bit higher, but we were looking for it to come to these levels. Now it has. What could be an area that it could bounce up to? What could be an area? Well, we'll have to look at the horizontal support. We'd have to look at the Fibonacci for a retrace. 786 could certainly be in play. The 50% retrace. Yeah, I would look at it like this. There could be a bounce, but we are in a longer term downtrend until some of these levels break. But right now we are in a downtrend. There is an opportunity at these sorts of levels, potentially a bit lower at $2.23, but still at these levels, you can look for a 22% gain and a 60% gain from these levels before the trend even continues to downside. So even if you continue to be bearish, there is an opportunity of 20 to 60% on the way up. But I would always leave some dry powder because you can see these stocks, some of these major stocks have come down to their 2020 levels and had very good bounces. So you could potentially see a bounce at 163, and I wouldn't want to miss on that opportunity. So I'd leave some dry powder for $164 as well for Lululemon. But right now, there could be a bounce up to $284, $380. That results in a 20 to 60% correction. But if it does lose this trend line, then I would say $150 or $160 is a very strong level of support, where then you can start seeing another bounce, 36%, 70%, and 129%, because the targets will be very much the same. So Lululemon looking good potentially for a short-term trade, but I would keep some money on the side in case it does go lower, because there is even stronger support around the $160 mark. Thank you for your request. Let's read some of these comments. Bitcoin XRP HBAR going through the roof this week with ISO. Yeah. I mean, that is a consensus right now. You can look at some of these tokens. I mean, you can look at HBAR right now, completely broken through support, looking to eye up its all-time highs as well. That's up over the last week. It's up 51%. Algorand, remember the weekly candle close is going to close today. Algorand's up 17% today. Why isn't it?
Brian Bynum donated $100 through a super chat. Boom. Stay down, Will. Too good for too long. Zany face emoji.
Oh my god, Brian Bynum. Wow. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Will. I'm so sorry, Will. You were there for 5 minutes, and then Brian Bynum has come in with $100 super chat. He goes straight to the top, and for that, we're going to need to play the music. Thank you, Brian Bynum. What a moment. Thank you.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Thank you, Brian. Look at you. You've got the #1 spot. I think that's going to stay in place for a while. I think you're safe. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Remember, all the money from the super chats goes back in to supporting the channel, the show, and keeps us going live. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Martyn. This is very much appreciated, and we need to celebrate it.
Spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
And as you do that, XRP is heading back towards the upside. Thank you, Brian.
Get ready.
Ah, what a day. Thank you, Brian. You've got the #1 spot. I would think you're going to be very safe up there with $100. You really didn't have to do that. I really do appreciate it. And you didn't even ask for a chart request. You just wanted to put Will down. Boom, stay down, Will. Too good for too long. I love it. Thank you, Brian. I'm sorry, Will, but we have to acknowledge. That's why I've got the top all-time super chat, because I want to acknowledge the top people that support the show. Even if you subscribe, even if you like, it's great. But obviously, if you're doing a super chat, it means more. So, and there we go. But I went and got a cup of tea. Then Brian comes in and drops $100 super chat. Like, yeah, Sab, you missed it. Sorry, mate. You don't see your name up there. There's Brian now. Brian is the top man. Thank you, Brian. Martyn has just came in and said, "You lucky sod. I was just about to go live. Damn it, nice one, Brian. Don't worry, Martyn. I mean, I don't know what to say. We should have gone live." Thank you, Martyn. He knows I'm joking. We Hey Brian, fair play. Breaking $2.85 again. Hopefully, yeah, we are looking at XRP head down, head up. HBAR is slightly selling off right now. Obviously, it's up. It was up over 25% today, so going down slightly is not an issue at all. Algorand is also holding up. XLM went all the way up to 48 cents. Remember, major resistance around that 50-cent level. So people were that psychological level. It's not really a major resistance, but it's definitely quite a large psychological level for XLM. So it is actually a bit of resistance as well as psychological. That's why people are taking profits. I imagine they'll take profits slightly below 50 cents, or 49 cents, or the high 48 cents. They will start taking profits. But after we break through that, it does look like we'll be heading to the highs of this bull cycle around 62 cents, 60 cents. So that is what can happen this week. And if we break that, then that's major, because we've broken a multi-year trend line. And then we can start targeting 21 highs, which is 80 cents, 2017 highs, which is 93 cents. And then we can start moving on to targets of this bull cycle in the dollar digits. Thank you for the analysis on Sensei on Lulu. Congrats, Brian. Thank you, Will, again. Okay, so we're going to move over to Martyn now. He's ready to go live. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. There won't be a Sunday show, but I'll be putting the video out. So if you didn't catch the ISO part of this video, you can watch it again later. I'd appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Until next time, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you followed me on X if you haven't done so already. I'll give you the link once again in the chat. Get ready for Martyn's show. Let me give you the link for Martyn's show, which is starting in a couple minutes' time. We're doing extra shows on Sunday because of the significance of this news. Here is the link. Martyn will be going live very shortly. XCN and Swiftcoin are two to keep an eye on. Thank you very much, Media Digitization Solutions. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. There is a link for Martyn's show. Let me make sure I haven't got any messages coming. Yeah, I have, Martyn, but I'll end the stream now, and I'll end the stream. I'll have to end the stream now, but I'll send everyone to your stream now. Oh, Sim Maverick. Wow.
Sim Maverick has become a member.
Thank you very much for becoming a member, Sim Maverick. If you do also want to become a member, here is the membership link, and I'll just run through a few of the links again. I still can't believe Brian Bynum. I mean, he's got the #1 spot, $100. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot, I'm sure, for me and Martyn. So thank you so much. I am asking everyone to subscribe because we are so close to 90,000, and that's the big countdown to 100,000, and we're trying to get there today. So let's see if we can do it. The other thing is the XRP mug, a deal that you've never seen before. This is a way to enjoy a physical item, support the show, and have a great item as well. And this is the mug that's come out to represent a very important event that happened, and you get 25% off if you also want to get the XRP t-shirt. So that is a great offer. This is my X link. Here is the link for X. If you haven't followed me on X yet, there it is in the chat. And a new thing that we've done since we hit 4 years on the channel, we're giving away a full charting training course on Discord. And that's the link for it there. It's been added to the premium subscription, so it's a $2.99, but it wasn't there before, so we are basically giving it away from free. I mean, even let's just say it's $2.99. You get everything I know about charts on Discord. And the other thing we did as part of the 4 years to give you guys a better product than what's already out there is the newsletter. And the newsletter goes out every single morning. I spend 4 hours researching it, and there it is. That's the newsletter link. So make sure you click on the appropriate links for you and what you guys want. So Martyn is going live in about 4 minutes time, I think. Let me check. Oh no, yeah. We'll see when Martyn goes live. He'll be live very shortly. We'll be in the chat waiting for Martyn. So do go on the chat and type in "Sensei sent me," and we'll wait for Martyn to go live with his exclusive news as well. So there is the link. Thank you everyone for tuning in. That's where we're going now. Martyn will be live on the same channel. Please do go and join him. There'll be a lot of information, trust me, because there's some news on the newsletter I didn't read out that Martyn will be covering, plus his own information as well. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thank you, Brian, once again. Thank you, Will. There'll be 2 links up here if you're watching this later as well. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.
TJ Molden donated
Are we still live?
$99.99 through a super chat. Ada. Let's pump these super chats. Fire emoji.
I was about to press the end stream button. I don't know if I have. Are we still live? Are we still live? Are we still live? I was about to... I think we're still live. I think we made it. TJ, oh my god. Oh my god, what's just happened? I'm lost for words because I thought I just clicked the button to end the stream. I was literally half a second away from clicking the end screen. TJ, this has never happened before. I mean, I don't even know what's going on. What is going on? I mean, the stream was half a second away from ending, and then I got a notification, and then we saved the stream. TJ, thank you so much. ADA, let's pump these super chats. Well, we'll have to have a look at ADA for you, TJ. Thank you so much. I don't know what to do. There's 2 $99 super chats. Who do I give the top spot to? I don't know. There is actually a way you can customize the number, so potentially you could do $101. I don't think the next option is $200. I think you can. I've seen people customize it before. TJ Molden, thank you so much. Well, we're going to have to have a look at ADA for you. What would make it really simple now is if someone came and did a higher super chat. So then I don't know how to do this. I think I'm just going to have 2 on the top. I'm joking, TJ. No one has to do that. TJ, I'll find a way. I'm going to do something. But let's first do your chart request. Boom. I'm too good for long. Boo, wait, $100. No, Brian did 100. Wait, Wait. I'm gonna do this. I feel really bad, but Brian did he customized it to $100 US. They're both US, right? And TJ missed out by a penny. TJ, you missed out by 1p. I really do appreciate it, but now I'm looking at it. Brian did, you can see up here, $100. He customized it to 100. I'm not even sure how he customized it, but I see everyone do it. TJ did the default 99.99. So I think Brian has the number one spot, but I'm gonna have to do a vote in the poll. Do I just put 2 up? Do I put TJ next to 2? Should I just say does Brian keep the number one spot? Does Brian? I have to let the chat decide. Does Brian keep? Just watch someone just do a bigger super chat. And this just doesn't mean anything in a second. Does Brian keep the number one super chat? Does Brian keep the number one super chat spot? Yes, you guys have to decide for me. Yes, no. Does Brian keep the number one super chat spot? No, yeah. Right. Okay, now I'm going to do a different one. Who... Sorry, guys, I just need to know. I haven't... Oh, can we look at BCH?
Andy Smith
Andy
donated
Smith.
£1.99 through a super chat. Can we look at BCH?
Thank you so much for your super chat. If we have time, we will. But it's normally $4.99. I know that sounds really bad, but we have another show coming up, so it's I do appreciate it. If we have time, we'll definitely look at it. Who should... I don't even know how to ask the question. Who don't want to cheat to win, lol, says Brian. who should be on the screen? Brian. You have 30 minutes. Thank you, Martyn. Who should be on the screen? Brian or TJ or both? Who should be on the screen? Brian, TJ or both? So what I'm asking here is we've got sort of a dilemma. We've got Brian who's got $100 super chat, which is technically 1 cent more than TJ. So technically he is the top super chat, top all-time super chat. TJ is coming with $99. What I'm asking is who should be on the screen? Should it be Brian? Does TJ overtake him, or is it both of them? Or do we stick to... I don't know. You guys choose. Technically speaking, I would say Brian keeps the spot, but we could recognize both of them. I'm just gonna vote. I don't think this one should be the vote, but I'm gonna vote TJ because I want to be impartial. So let me see what you guys say. I'm sure it'll be between Brian and both. I don't know. Reset control. Brian keeps the number one spot for me. Yes. To be fair, Brian keeps. Humble Brian, love it. This will all mean nothing if someone does it. This will just all be a waste if someone does a higher super chat. But I just don't envisage that happening at all. Anyway, in the meantime, TJ's done $100 super chat to look at ADA. So let's actually do what he's requested to look at, which is ADA. ADA USD. Here we go. I'm just thinking what to do. I'm lost for words. Okay. ADA. I can't believe TJ has done a $100 super chat to do something where he could have done a $5 super chat, or maybe he wants a top spot. I don't know. Has he actually said anything in the chat? TJ, what have you said? You deserve it, man. Oh. What?
Matthias donated 1,500 Norwegian kroner through a super chat. I will choose for you.
Matthias, what do you mean? How much is that? How much is... It's red, so it's big. Matthias, stop. What's going on? I need to type this in. NOK 1,500 in USD. Oh, great. My internet didn't work. $148. $150. $150. What is going on? Matthias, what are you doing? What is going on? Well, I think we know the answer now. It's neither Brian or TJ. He made it easy for me, brother. He made it easy. That's $150. Matthias, thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, me, everything. Matthias, it means the world. Oh my god, thank you. Absolutely lost for words. Matthias, thank you so much. I don't even know what's going on right now. We still have a chart request for $99 for ADA. Matthias has come in with 2,500 Norwegian. Oh no, 1,500. I think it's Norwegian krone, which is $150. He takes the number one spot, and he makes it very easy for me. So what I'm going to do is end the poll, because that means nothing now. That's going to be confusing for anyone coming in. So let me end that poll. Let me end the poll, because that was about something else. I was so confident no one was going to beat $100 super chat. I just can't believe it. Never seen anything like this. Actually, we did have it once where everyone was going crazy once before, but wow. Who should be on the screen? Both 56%, Brian 37%. I'm sorry to Brian and TJ, because Matthias made it easy. There we go. What's Matthias saying? What was Matthias saying? I don't understand. Mark is because they have help. Oh god, no! Don't worry about it, Matthias. There's just trolls all the time. Mucker is just, I don't know. Why are you throwing money into their pockets? Well, Mucker, you can't tell people what to do with their money. You haven't been a member. You've not been here in every stream. I mean, you've annoyed Matthias, who's one of our best. Who's the top all-time super chatter on my show. He is one of the best community members here, and you are okay. I was about to block you, but you've apologized later down. You go, Martyn, because they've helped me make money, idiot. Says Matthias. We appreciate Sensei and Martyn. Thank you, Brian. I'd hate to be this way, but if you all can beat my $200 that I tipped last week in the pub, I might get interested. RB, don't you get involved. RB, don't. I mean, do get involved. I hate to be this way, but if you go, no, RB, I appreciate it very much. It would be absolutely crazy if you start to get involved. We don't need anyone else getting involved. We've got our number one spot, Matthias. No one, I can't see anyone beating that spot. But if you can beat my 200, fair enough. Congrats, thank you. At least Maka now understands. He's part of the. I was about to I was about to do something rude because you were mean to you were rude to Matthias. Do we have 200 cents resist control? Do we have 200? I think we're done for the night. I don't think my blood pressure can handle this. It's a question. It's how you gain knowledge. Sorry for being rude. I had a bad moment. Going, gone. And sorry, Maka. Matthias, you've got heart of gold, mate. Thank you. And you're even apologising to Maka, even though he wasn't very nice. Two $100 tips. No, RB. It all has to be in one. It doesn't count if you do it one by one, unless we start getting to $500. You can't do more than 500. Doesn't count, RB. $200 tips. Matthias will still beat it because he's on $150. Had to be one super chat. Maka says, love, no worries at all. What the go with all the music? What's the go with all the music? Because have you seen what's been going on up here? $100 super chats, $150 super chats. Martyn will be jealous. No, I mean he benefits from this. This is his channel. This is for the show. This helps us create more. So when Martyn wins, I win. When I win, Martyn wins. This is, you guys are donating to us. This is the channel that Martyn's grown. I'm here. You. This is now my full-time job. So I'm benefiting from it. This is Martyn's channel. He's benefiting from it. He's not going to be jealous. He's going to be happy. We're both happy. I'm happy when he wins. He's happy when I win. And we are winning together. I mean, look at this, what we're looking at right now, 89,669 subscribers on the road to 90,000. What Martyn's built here is absolutely beautiful. And we're trying to get to 90,000 today. And the show has just been completely changed. I mean, the show was about to end. The show, I'm new here and asking Jenny, no worries, Mako. It's just in the moment. It obviously seems a bit rude what you're saying. What's going on? Arguing. I just got no arguing. Any chance for a quick look at BCH for me? Andy Smith. Someone's just donated $99 for ADA, and we still haven't looked at it. So I will come on to it. Hopefully, if we have time. MSK will win with £500 one of these days. Us in the United States don't stand a chance. I mean, at that point, Brian, then we start implementing double super chats, but we're never going to get there. So how you know crypto's up, says RB. That was interesting, joking chat. I began the super chat with friends. Yeah, Will. Thanks, Will. Thanks, mate. You've done this. Will, do you want your $20 back? Okay, let me just do ADA for a $99 super chat from TJ. He's asking, I've just done a $99 super chat and you haven't even done my chart review. I apologize. Here we go. Martyn's going to be live very shortly as well. Oh, back to a little bit of normal. Just take a breath. Enough of that. Not to sound ungrateful, but it's just a bit too much. Obviously, I appreciate it. Okay, ADA. ADA is at a very critical level. This is the level that we've been looking at for a while. Remember, we looked at it at 50 cents, but what we're looking at now is ADA at its first major target. The first thing there's two things going on. One is bullish. One is this downward sloping trend line. We are on the 4-hour time frame. I can move to the 1 day. On the 1 day time frame, we've got this downward sloping trend line. The supply line, normally when you have a downward sloping and you break out the downward sloping, go above and make a new higher high, you're looking to target the top of this structure, so probably $1.20. However, on the way up, so you've got one thing that's bullish, which is obviously, firstly, it's the double bottom, bouncing off 50 cents. Secondly, it's a downward sloping resistance line, which you've broken above, tested as a back test. And now the issue is this resistance at 74 cents. If you just get, maybe tomorrow you have a massive 25% pump, we are in the times where things start pumping fast and you start breaking through resistance. So if the momentum continues, once you break through 74 cents, just like you've seen with HBAR today, we were at resistance the other day at 20 cents. A couple of days later, you've just got a complete breakout candle straight above resistance, up 34%. So something similar can happen very easily with ADA if the momentum is still there. Where right now you're at resistance, but as soon as you break out that resistance, the volume, the momentum can come in fast. You break, your then target is 86 cents, and then really once you break 86 cents, which is the previous high. So remember, you've got lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, which is creating this downwards trend. The volume comes in and you break 74 cents. It'll probably be a quick move fast up. and then this is the high you're trying to break, because you don't want a double top. So what you're starting to look at is 84 cents as more of an important resistance, so you can break this lower high structure. If 84 cents breaks, I would suggest you're going to $1.20 quite quickly. So that's more on the shorter time frames. In a longer term view on ADA, I am quite a bit more bullish. I'll be looking at $2. These are this cycle's predictions. If everything goes to plan, 150,000 Bitcoin, XRP pumping, stocks staying pretty much up, no black swans, a normal crypto bull market. I'll be targeting $2, $2.50, and about $5 as well for ADA. Those are my main take profit levels. I might take profits if I was intraday trading as well, or trying to take some of my initial investments out, depending on how much I want to be investing. So 85 cents is the main level to kick all of this off. $1.20 would be an area I might consider taking profits, and then I'll be waiting for the 618, $2. Just below $2, because $2 will be a point everyone might take profits. Then $2.50, all-time highs, I'd imagine you would blast through and head to $5. So that's my thoughts. Remember, it's not financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. XLM, what's happening with XLM? Is it pumping? Nothing really. I'm going to send you over to Martyn's stream, which is what we did last time, and then literally half a second before I did that, TJ came in with a super chat. So let's see if that happens again. I'm sure it won't, but I will keep an eye out for it. TJ, my man, I was just going to pray because he already finished. TJ, my man, I was just about to go pray because he already finished and your super chat popped up. You are amazing. Thank you. I hold ADA. I can't pronounce his name. Solcestic. Thank you. He's thanking TJ. Thank you for still sticking around. If you do want to become a member of the show, this is the membership link as well. I have 4,000 XRP. Thinking of getting what? Oh, we did have that. Another super chat. What was it? Bitcoin Cash. Even though it's all big, I'll have a very, very quick look because I don't want to upset you at all. Bitcoin Cash will move up with Bitcoin. Haven't looked at this for a while. Support at $300. You're above that, so that's fine. Downwards trend. If you break the downwards trend, you're looking at possibly $1,000. But obviously, there's the targets first of 623, 723, $1,000. Then possibly the highs of 2021. I don't think you'll get there though. I think maybe $1,000 could be quite a solid target. Again, not financial advice. And that was very quick, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to go over to Martyn's stream now. Here is the link for Martyn's stream. XLM, did you look at the charts yet? Ron, no, we didn't look at the XLM charts. Join me every morning forecast where we go through everything. I think this is the stream. Here we go. Here is Martyn's stream. This is where we're going next. Here is the link. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much to TJ, Brian, and Matthias, especially Matthias. You've got the #1 spot now. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot. I really do appreciate it. Until next time. I'll go slowly in case someone does a super chat. Until next time. Take care of yourselves. I'm joking. And each other. Thank you everyone for tuning in. See you on Martyn's stream. The link is there. Bye-bye.